everybody, it's Hayley here from So Hayley Jane. Welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm doing something a little bit different for you. I thought I would do a tutorial. It's the first one I've done, so I hope it goes okay. I wanted to share with you my favourite method for attaching a shirt yoke so that all the seams are concealed in the inside and there's no hand stitching to do, which I know is a technique a lot of the big four patterns tell you to do. So I've used this technique on I think 3 different patterns, all of which had different ways of attaching a shirt yoke, but I did it this way every time and it works perfectly. So I've done this with a shirt that buttons down the front, and I've also done this with a blouse that pulls over your head. So I'll link to the that was the McCall's blouse that I did in the swallow print poplin a few videos back, so I'll link to that so you can see what the finished piece looks like. So it works perfectly with, like I said, both one that pulls over your head as well as a shirt that buttons down the front. So without further ado, let's crack on with the tutorial. Okay, so to start off with, it's nice and easy to start with. You want to sandwich your back piece between the 2 yoke pieces. It's got the 2 yoke pieces here and the back piece, which has got a little inverted box pleat in it. So I've done that already. So to start off with then, we've got one yoke piece which is right side up. I'm going to turn that upside down, and then I'm going to place my back piece, also right side up, on top of that yoke piece, lining up these edges here. And then I'm going to take my second yoke piece and I'm going to place that one right side down. Okay, so the 2 yoke pieces are right sides together, and then the back piece is right side up as well. So I'm going to pin along this line, matching up all the edges and any notches, and sew the seam allowance, which in this case is 1.5 centimeters. If you want to take it a bit slower, you can start off by pinning and sewing one yoke piece to the back piece using a smaller seam allowance, and then you can sew the second yoke piece on as well in the correct seam allowance. So I'm going to go ahead and do it all in one go because I'm feeling brave. Okay, so that's now attached, so I'm going to trim the seam and then press the seam up so that they're facing towards the shoulders, and it's all sandwiched in between the 2 yoke pieces. Okay, once you've pressed your seam up like that, so you've got your entire back piece now, you're going to take your 2 front pieces, or if you've got a blouse that pulls over the head, you're just one piece, and you're going to, which way are we going? And you're going to attach the shoulder seam of the front piece to one of your yoke pieces. So I'm going to fold the inside yoke piece down. So I'm going to attach the shoulder piece of the front pattern piece to the outside yoke piece, right sides together, matching up any notches along the way, making sure you've got the right side. So I'm going to stitch along here using a 1 centimeter seam allowance because I don't want it to show through when I come to sew the other part. Okay, so that's the easy bits done. You can see I have sewn along these 2 seams. I haven't trimmed or pressed them yet, I'm going to do that later. So I've laid the pieces down on the table so that I've got the front pieces facing up away from me. The outside yoke piece is on the table here, and then the inside yoke piece and the back piece are facing down this way towards me. So this bit is slightly trickier, so if you are following along with this tutorial, I suggest you watch it through, and then as you're attaching your yoke piece, watch a little bit, pause it, have a go, watch it again if you need to. It took me a while to get the hang of this, but now I've got it, I will not do the yokes any other way. Okay, so we've got to kind of twist the two yoke pieces together so that the seams are all concealed on the inside. So we're going to take this outside corner and we're going to twist it in towards the middle, like that. And just place that down. Then we're going to take the inside yoke piece and we're going to do the same. We're going to take the outside corner and we're going to twist it in to the middle, pick up the other piece, and we're going to match any notches and the edges and pin along there. Okay, so it looks a bit of a mess at the moment. You can see it's all kind of twisted. We're going to place that to one side and we're going to do the same again with the other side. So you'll need to kind of pull it all through a little bit so that you can get to the right side easier. So again, we're going to take the outside corner and we're going to twist it into the middle, like so. And then get your other yoke piece and again take the outside corner, twist it in and match it up with the other shoulder seam. Okay, so you've now got two seams to sew. You're going to sew that in the correct seam allowance. You might have to just sort of pull each one through a little bit to get to it properly so that you can sew a nice tidy seam. But don't worry, as long as you grab hold of the pins when you come to sew the other side, it will be fine, I promise. Okay, so you should now have something that looks a bit like this, a bit of a twisty mess. You can just pull it through to check that it's all gone through fine, if you like first, and then I'm just going to trim those edges. Right, so now comes the magic bit. This is the best bit because it's when it all comes together. We're going to pull it all through. Like so, and there you have your concealed yoke pieces. Ooh. So the seams are all nice and the raw edges are all nice and concealed on the inside. You now just need to press those seams flat, and then it's usually recommended to sew the two yoke pieces together along the neckline and along the outside edge there. So I hope you found that useful. I've got it's not finished obviously, I've only done the yoke piece. I'm going to take this top with me to the sewing weekender next week to do there, which I'm really excited. If you're going to the sewing weekender in Cambridge, give me a shout out below, let me know, because I'd love to sort of know who's going to be there, and you know, make contact before, because I'm quite nervous, I'm going on my own, but I'm looking forward to meeting lots of people and spending the whole weekend talking about sewing. So yes, here you go. So you can see the yoke pieces have entirely concealed the edges, they're all the raw edges, so you don't need to finish the edges at all, just give them a trim. Because they're concealed, they will be fine. Like I said, I've done this on a few patterns already that have been washed and washed and washed and washed, and they've all turned out fine. They've all stayed perfectly neat and tidy. So yes, I really like this method, and I hope you found it useful. Let me know if you're going to give it a go, comment below, and good luck if you are doing this. Like I said, make sure you sort of watch it, pause it, have a go. I had to go back 100 times and sort of try it again, so you will get there in the end, I promise. And it is definitely worth it because it's nice and easy. Once you've got the hang of it, it takes no time at all. So there we go. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you soon. Bye!